Hey everyone, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and you are watching Open, channel 67. It's a live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Our first guest is a writer, a public speaker, a public advocate, and consultant on the subject of parking tickets. You're going to want to know more. Well, check it out. He's here today to speak about the ways that we can avoid major parking tickets, especially around this holiday season. As you go out and try to park and find those parking spaces, he has the information that you need. Welcome to the show, Louis Camporeale. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Louis, you know, a lot of people need your help around this time because, you know, sometimes you want to shop and you want to just park the car somewhere and run in, and when you run back out, you may have that ticket on your windshield.
That's never a good feeling when you're out, you want to celebrate the spirit of the holidays. You come back and you see a little orange envelope on your car windshield. It's very deflating, to say the least. Yes.
So you started an organization. Tell us about it. How did it all start?
It started rather simply and quite by accident. I was working as a legal researcher, and I discovered some traffic law that allowed motorists to park at a broken meter on a street with a missing sign. And in that moment, you know, I had an epiphany and the light bulb went off, and I said, this is stuff people need to know. And I created actually the Parking Powell placard that you use on broken meters and on streets with missing regulation signs. And it was an instant hit. Because the city was very derelict in keeping up the maintenance of regulation signs and parking meters. So this was a very handy item to have.
Do you think the pandemic increased or created a rise in the tickets that were issued this year or throughout the pandemic?
Certainly the pandemic has had an effect on everything. And you may recall that last year, street cleaning regulations were suspended for months on end. And that was truly a holiday for people who had to move their car 2 or 3 times a week. However, when you suspend street cleaning regulations, the city can't write tickets for people who violate those laws. So you now have a situation where everything is back into effect with some modifications, but the city now is looking to make up all that lost revenue over the course of the pandemic.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Additionally, the mayor had allowed restaurants to commandeer large sections of sidewalk and on-street parking to facilitate more guests to be served outside. And that has...
Well, you have the city bikes, and then you have the streets. Well, they have the street side restaurants now. You think they're going to keep that, or?
Being a New Yorker, you know, this is restaurant central. And I'm all for restaurants. My family has always been in the restaurant business. And I'm all for restaurants doing what they do, because what they do is magnificent. However, it's in neighborhoods where you have a large concentration of restaurants, it exacerbates a problem because now you have more tourists coming into the city. Additionally, you have a lot more vehicles on the road that were not here 2 years ago. Yes. So it's a perfect storm of conditions that make it just
more difficult to park in our city. Yeah, I understand. So how can people, if they get the tickets, how do you help them get rid of the tickets?
Well, we provide a lot of information about how to deal with tickets, how to get what to look for in a summons that may result in a technical dismissal. And particularly for people in the Bronx, you know, the city issues in a normal situation, city issues close to about 11 million parking tickets.
Yeah.
Residents of the Bronx receive, and again, this is based on older numbers because we can't include the pandemic year because it just skews everything. But before the pandemic, the Bronx was receiving about anywhere between 15 to 20% of the tickets that were issued in the city. So that's a lot of tickets. And a good percentage of those about 15% are defective in some way. So if you know what to look for, if you read the book, you go through our little checklist of items, you can come up with a technical defect and ask the summons be dismissed on that basis.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people they come in town for the holidays. How can they find out who you are and what you do and how to get out of these situations? Because sometimes they don't even know, and they may come in and say, you know what, I'm from out of town. I may not have to pay that ticket.
Well, eventually the city will catch up with you, even in your home state. My recommendation is to take Metro North, New Jersey Transit, Long Island Railroad, or even the subway.
Leave the car home, huh?
Leave the car home. You got a good parking spot, why not? Tourists, and especially this time of year, they flock to the city. I think there's a lot of just pent up frustration. People want to get out. They want to enjoy themselves. And so who can blame them? But they have to be cautious. If you find yourself in a situation where you don't think you have a good spot, it's probably best to just put it in a lot and pay the premium for it, just to be on the safe side.
Sounds good to me. Now, wait a minute. Where can our viewers go to find out about your parking survival guide and to learn more about you?
If you get a parking ticket and you want to find out more about what to look for and how to find the book and our other products, we also do a calendar each year that lists all the street cleaning regulations. They can go to our website, nycparkingtickets.info, to get more information, and you can get street cleaning regulations as well as all the information you need to know about how to deal with parking tickets.
What's on the horizon? I heard that there was a book coming out.
There is a book coming out. It's in the process of being printed as we speak. The pandemic has had an effect on everything, so it was a little bit delayed in getting it right now, but it should be delivered in a couple of weeks. And they can get that at our website, nycparkingtickets.info.
That's great. Louis, we appreciate you. Thank you. And you got to come back and share more. This is
I
the
will.
season.
Once the book is out, I'll get you a copy, Bob, and we can go through it. It's a fascinating read. The people who've read it say it is not only informative, but it's funny and entertaining. Because really, how exciting is parking tickets? I find them exciting, but I need to keep everybody's attention, and it's a fun read.
Yes. Thank you so much for putting that out. Thank you for creating the awareness also.
My pleasure.
All right. Louis Camporeale, author, New York City Parking Survival Guide. We need you.
Here I am.
All right. We'll take a break. I've got more open coming up next right here.